When I joined the Air Corps, I was 18. At that time, you had to have 2 years of college to become an officer in the Army Air Corps. We weren't the Air Force then, we were in the Army. Joined my buddy and became his roommate at a military school at Virginia Tech. I was there about a semester and a half, and the Air Force came around, Air Corps, and they said, hey, we have a new rule. We send you to a college training detachment for 2.5 months. That makes up for your lack of 2 years of college, so you can enlist now. So I did. FDR had a meeting with his cabinet. He had just declared war on the two biggest military operations in the world, Japan and Germany. And he said to his cabinet, we only have 58 airplanes that can fly. And then he said, we need 50,000 bombers just to get rid of Germany. I was 18 years old, and my father wouldn't sign. So I said to him when I went home for Thanksgiving, I said to him, hey, Pop, you're going to have to sign. You know, he said, I told you I'm not signing. You already got your brothers in the Navy. So I said, you have to. He said, why? I said, I'm being sworn in Monday morning in Roanoke. Well, I didn't know that. He said he didn't even know I enlisted. But that wasn't nice of me to do, but it was the only way I could get in the Air Corps. We went through pilot training, and if you passed the exam and you had coordination, boop, you're a pilot, right? Instead of a bombardier or a navigator. And then they sent us to Maxwell Field, and that's where pre-flight, they got you into shape. They made you run the Burma Trail, they called it, and do a lot of exercise, and we went to school. And we learned about airplane recognition, and so they showed us what the Japs had and the Germans had, and so on, and what we had, so we wouldn't shoot our own planes down, right? If you passed all that, you went to primary training, and there we flew open cockpit planes. I flew the PT-19. Then I went to basic training, and I got my wings. We had a 10-man crew, pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, navigator, all officers, okay? The rest of the guys were all sergeants. The radio operator, the engineer, the flight engineer, waist gunner, 2 of them, 1 on each side, Sperry ball gunner, the thing hanging down, see that hanging down? Very bad job, very bad. And tail gunner, pretty bad job in the back. And we had to get to 125 miles an hour to get off the ground, right? And when we got off the ground, the next problem was finding the guy you're supposed to fly on. So you'd have to go up maybe 15,000 feet, break out of the clouds, and there's all these B-24s circling around, or B-17s. And they shoot flares. When the flares are shot, we know that's the color for the day, that's where I have to be. And then I try to get into the guy I'm flying on. And if there's 2,000 airplanes up there, how many? All I worry about is that guy I'm flying on. And I get close to him as I can. And then you fly the mission. And here's a little fact. The German pilots like to attack the B-24 more than the B-17. The reason was we burn faster. But you know what? When you're 21 years old, you don't worry about that stuff. I never even thought about it, except we also, at 21, you can do things you think you're unbeatable. Nobody can beat you. And that's the way life is. Towards the end of the air war in Germany, we didn't even have a bombardier or a bomb site. Guess what? Today they would call them terror raids. Only guys that had the bomb site were the guys and the bombardier were the lead plane in the squadron, the deputy lead flying at his side, and the rest of us would drop bombs on cities when the smoke bombs came out of the lead plane. And these German 88s were shooting at us, you know. Berlin had 2,500 guns. The guys operating there were 15 years old. But they soon needed them in the service, so then they started putting young ladies shooting the German 88s. This was total war. Anything we had to do was to get rid of Germany and flatten every city. And the reason we won World War II was because we learned how to do what Germany was doing, only better than them. We bombed all their manufacturing places, the Ruhr Valley and so on. Those are our targets: Brunswick, Essen, Dusseldorf, Bremen, Hamburg, Stuttgart, all these places. We bombed them to smithereens when we were bombing in 262 factories. There were only 23 of us, and they sent up a dozen Me-262s to get us. Another problem, they had some rookie pilots and everything else, so at that time of the war, I mean, it was tough. But these guys were probably as scared as we were. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I wouldn't want to do it again. I think that, you didn't have a great life expectancy. You're getting shot at. I still love the guys that I was with. I mean, you get pretty close when you're putting your life on the line. The other thing is, I don't think you know how you're going to react in a tight situation where it's life or death until you're faced with it. We also grew up in the military, really, between 18 and 4 or 5 years, whatever we were in at that time. And my best pals were guys that I was fighting with, you know. If you were going to be in a foxhole, I can tell you which ones I'd like to be with. We were the greatest generation. My air base, the 446 Bomb Group, was merely about a 10-minute flight to the White Cliffs at Dover. But if we had a good day and nobody got hurt or injured, which was rare, we'd come down in low over the English Channel. We could see from about 2 miles out, I could see the White Cliffs at Dover. And I'd pull up, get in a traffic pattern, and land. We're home, you know. And the great song then was White Cliffs at Dover by Vera Lynch. She was a British singer, and she sang, "There'll be bluebirds over the White Cliffs of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after tomorrow when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the White Cliffs of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see." We're home, guys. There'll be bluebirds over the White Cliffs of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after tomorrow when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see. We're home, guys.